Hey there, Tundra Nation, and welcome back to the channel. Today on Tundra Tactical, we give in to the mob. It's time once again to talk about what your tactical rifle says about you. So sit back, get ready to start flamethrowing in the comments section, and let's start the show.
One more Neutrogena tantrum out of you and you're getting the gate, bud. Try me.
The Steyr AUG, the preferred tactical rifle of countries who enjoy fine chocolate and not talking about history between 1939 and 1945. I mean, they swear they were sleeping. Let's not forget about the rich tradition of secret bank accounts. We're looking at you, Luxembourg. Oh, and then there's also Australia. G'day, mate.
You suck!
Pulling the Steyr AUG out of the safe, you caress its sleek lines, knowing that you have invested in the rifle of the future. A future we thought we would have back in 1977. You never got to use the Steyr AUG to do stuff like double tapping Cylons, chasing down some runners, or in the Great Soylent Green Wars. Nope, instead you got this. A totally normal, regular future, which makes your insistence the whole family wear skin-tight jumpsuits a bit harder to justify. No matter, all that bullying your kid gets at school builds character. Lucky for you, your supply of freeze-dried ice cream is good for another 100 years, even if it's so dang crunchy, it'll make your gums bleed any time you eat it.
My friends call me bleeding gums.
Ew.
But you like it crunchy, which is what you say about the horrible trigger on the AUG. I mean, heck, even AKs have better triggers now. The Steyr AUG's trigger feels like trying to pull a fork out of a running garbage disposal. Perhaps the problem is attaching a trigger to a fire control group with what can generously be described as a bent wire coat hanger. This is the same technology Tonka toys abandoned in the 1980s. But AUG guy, you persevere nonetheless, knowing that at least you'll always have cheesy bad guys in low-budget sci-fi films to keep the dream alive. Who needs all this modernity? Not you, M14/M1A owner. You prefer a real tactical rifle from a more civilized age, the 1950s. Yikes, somebody needs to proofread these jokes. A time when men were men and polio was a thing. Also, rifles had real wood just as JFC intended. Your strong opinions on wood varnishing techniques have gotten you banned from all the Home Depots out there ever. You've killed more brain cells working in poorly ventilated rooms with volatile gases because safety gear is for ninnies who don't know what they're doing. You read a manual, just as long as it's printed in black and white with pictures of humorless men in crew cuts. If a manual uses sans serif fonts, however, you think less of the company that wrote it. If you are a vet still rocking the M14, you've cleared probably all the cover from within 100 yards of your front porch, secretly hoping those commies try a Red Dawn in your town. You know 5.56 and 6.8 mil are just fads, and any day now, the military's gonna realize its mistake. You haven't lugged your 13-pound hunk of wood or metal you call a rifle more than the 20 feet it takes to get from your car's trunk to a shooting bench since Ronnie asked Nancy if he could invade her Grenada. Sex joke and politic joke.
Oh my.
You thought about buying one of those M1A SOCOMs, but it really just reminded you of an AR-15, and you weren't about to get polymer curious this late in life.
We fear change.
What's that I hear? It sounds like the short bus has arrived because I see somebody holding an FS2000. Now, I'm not going to take the cheap shots I could take at any bullpup rifle about the gritty trigger or your hands smelling like BO because you got to constantly reload your armpit. But unique to the FS2000 are the ergonomics, which look like they're lifted straight from a frozen wall-eyed tuna. I mean, how bad even is this rifle? FN fanboys pretend it doesn't exist, and FN's home country, Belgium, made sure all these were on the first truck to Ukraine next to the expiring MREs. The FS2000 is a path for dull people to pretend they have a personality. It's the dad joke shirt of tactical rifles. I mean, they might as well write "I'm was stupid" on the stock with a big arrow pointing straight backwards. You brag on the FS2000's reliability. I mean, I guess you can throw it in the mud or in the snow and it'll just keep going. Well, maybe you haven't heard of a little rifle known as the AK-47. I mean, they've been making that thing for 50 years before the FS2000 even showed up. You assert that it's reliable, even though you only take it out to the range once a year to oppress, impress the pores. You run 1 meg through it and promptly put it away because God forbid it jams and you have to field strip it. An impossible feat without a degree in mechanical engineering. The FS2000 goes back into the front trunk of your Porsche 944 as you speed away from the range before too many questions can be asked. If you've dropped your Ruger 1022 into a tactical chassis named after some Norse god, the Grim Reaper, or an anime character marketed to make gullibles like you believe your 22 caliber rifle is a real tactical boy, then I'm sorry.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
This is your truck gun, even though your truck is a 4-cylinder Ford Probe hatchback with spinners and a vinyl racing stripe. These seats lay all the way back, if you know what I mean.
Wink, wink.
Oh, I can see you have no idea what I mean. All right, never mind, champ. The local gun store sold you this tactical 22 at a low cost because they make their money on accessories, and boy oh boy are they gonna load you up. You'll buy everything they suggest, including the clear coating, and before you know it, you'll have a 22 with a voodoo optic, a cloud defensive light, and enough M-LOK accessories to fill the entire 16 inches of rail space. But don't worry, bud, it's gonna look great on the gram, and when you need a real rifle, at least you'll have all the accessories you need. Although, if this is all you got when the Hawaiian shirt party comes around, well, at least you'll go quick.
Oh my sweet Jesus.
In 1973, a crack marketing team from Sturm Ruger created the Mini 14. These men promptly attempted to make this rifle part of the iconic American West, calling it a ranch rifle. Today, they laugh all the way to the bank. If you need to market a mediocre rifle and you can find them, then maybe you too can hire the Mini 14 team. Tell me you were a latchkey kid without telling me you were a latchkey kid. You own a Mini 14 and unironically love it when a plan comes together. You saw this slimmed down version of the M14 in primetime every Tuesday night, dispensing justice and thousands of rounds that never actually hit anybody. 5 years of marketing to impressionable teenagers is the only reason that stock boring Mini 14s go for more than a decent AR-15. I mean, I pity the fool if your go-to rifle is a Mini 14 because you're stuck in the 80s. Gag me with a spoon. That was a Valley Girl accent, folks, not an invitation. This is the internet. It's full of weird people out there, I have to say it. A good day for you is grabbing your Velcro high tops and hitting the range in your knockoff Ray-Bans while listening to Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet on your Walkman. Your mom still comes by to check to make sure you're eating right, and when you shoot, your groups are the size of pie plates at 50 yards. You know it's not the rifle's fault. It's just because you haven't had a good bump lately, and your hands, well, they're a bit shaky. All right, what is next? Oh boy, it's the Vector. All right, this one's easy. One question, is it full auto? Yes? You can go. No. What the heck are you doing? People who own semi-auto Vectors are the same people who watch dirty movies for the romantic plot and fast forward through the naked bits. I can feel all of the expensive butt hurt in the comments right now. The Vector's unique bolt design. Okay, how about this one? There's almost no recoil. No, that one doesn't work either. You know why? Because it's only true when it's in full auto. You have played too much COD or PUBG and bought it for the flex. But none of the Vector's unique designs mean anything when it's just a semi. Something you are not unused to hearing from your potential lady friends. Owning a semi-auto Vector is just the self-edging of the firearms world, and I'm not gonna help you bang one out. That is what the movies are for.
I remember laying in bed dreaming about the time your mom tongued my butthole so good I put her in my phone as roll up the rim to win.
If you enjoyed this tactical take, make sure to smash that thumbs up button. If you didn't enjoy it, hit the dislike button twice to ensure your vote really counts. And don't forget to join us next time when we still don't know what the heck we're doing. Bye-bye.